It's a Saturday morning, late morning. I had to take care of a couple of things. Had to clean off my 357. It got pretty dirty yesterday. I had it on, and the vacuum, all the stuff I was vacuuming up, that thing just blows a lot of, God bless it, that thing just blows a lot of dust. And since that bag straps to the side over here, that's the side that I keep this. I think this key could be a bigger pain in the ass to freaking straight. Anyway, the 357 was just really dirty. I think the first thing I'm going to do this morning is, again, finish up taking my time for me, and finish putting together the parts blaster. Just looking to make sure I don't have anything in here I need. Putting together that parts blaster, since there's like a gazillion parts to it, and then trying to do a few things right now. I gotta figure out, I need to do some weed whacking, and I also need to do some cutting. I got another big ass branch down that I videoed. Hedges look so much better. That one could be a little bit more level, but it's such a big bush, and so when you lean across, it just makes it hard when leaning across to get everything level. It's fairly level. It just kind of slopes down at the ends. Got a little aggressive on the ends. Oh, little birdie just flew right by me. No birds around here, kind of. I hope that bird's not going into the garage. Because if it is, they go, for some reason, these birds have a innate desire to build nests in the garages. And then, of course, you come in and you shut. See? He's over here somewhere. Right there. And he's building a nest right here in the corner. Right there. Stupid ass birds. So, what that means is, gotta shut the door. Hasn't laid anything in there yet, but that's what these stupid birds do. Building a nest right there. Stupid things. Keep the doors to the garages shut because of these stupid ass birds. I mean, I like the birds and all, but they just do stupid stuff like that. You got all these trees. Go build a nest in a fucking tree, dumbass. So now you're locked out. Now you're gonna start all over again. Ay. So I am going in there. Should just pull that nest out of there, because what'll happen is they'll get locked in or locked out. They go in, they crap on cars, and they can't get out, they can't eat. They're babies. It's just not a good. Boy, that maple sure got lopsided because all these trees that I've taken out. Finished putting together a parts blaster. So I left off here, the dust port. I got my glubbies mounted. I got the light bars mounted. Now I need my dust port mounted. So I need to find that piece. Which is in here somewhere. I guess this is the dust port piece. Let's see. Yep. Alright. That's the dust port piece. That's my next step. Dust port. Dust, what is this called? The dust port is attached. The next little activity is like everything. So that's the next step, is the cabinet. Which is all of this. So that will be a lot of screws. Let's start at that. Just work your way through it. And then I forgot, I was gonna put this back over by where my Piss on Jane Fonda urinal is, but it needs air. And I've got airports like at most every, if you call them stations. Everything's so cluster fucked right now. And more than likely this will go into the new garage when it gets built, if these people ever call me back. But I don't want to make anything too permanent, especially with the new garage going in. But anyway, I digress. Let me get on with building my cabinet here. Alright, well, that was a pain in the ass. This side was, just because of the angle, and my hands are not like ginormous, but they're large. You know, wear large gloves and all, and they're fairly tight. But to get your hands up and underneath this angle to get these little frickin' hardware bolts and washers up underneath, especially that one, because there's a brace that is like right there. It's a real pain in the ass. But the bigger pain in the ass is not installing this tape on that flange before I bolted it. That's the real pain in the ass. So now I have to undo what was a pain in the ass, put this shit on there to redo what was a pain in the ass. So that's 1, 2, 3 pains in the asses. PITA cubed. I think I had probably 7 F-bombs on this one. God dang it. Alright, well, I got to undo to put this freaking sealant on here. Well, I'm back to where I should have been. I'm not even going to go into what the frick, man, but oh well, I guess that's why you should read. I got the tape fairly well on the bottom. The top, that was a shit show, but it's on. So anyway, I'm just going to continue on here. Guess I do the sides, and let's see what else I can shit show up here before this is over with. Alright, I'll continue on with all of those pieces. And that box of crapola. Oh yeah, there's a piece there too. Alright, so there's the main cabinet put together. And so far we are at 55 pieces of hardware that you have to put on. The door and hinge was already assembled, but you know, you had to put it on to the cabinet. I'm not sure how that's supposed to stay sealed. That's a good question, but figure that out here in a little bit. 55 so far and counting. This thing's better be worth it, man. It wasn't all that expensive, but we'll see. Saturday afternoon. How awesome is this? Putting together a frickin' blaster, parts blaster. Sometimes you're just better off heading up to like was it Smith Equipment and buying one assembled and putting it in the back of the truck and bringing it home. Be done with it. Probably better quality as well. Anyway, continue on with now light and switch. Alright, so 55, 58, 63. So I'm up to 63 pieces of hardware, nuts and bolts that you have to install. And the reason I was trying to figure out how this door was going to stay shut, because they totally just ignored having to identifying and addressing and installing this little latch rail here. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but still, they just totally ignored it. But that's the latch mechanism for it. So that is that. The light switch is installed, as you see, and I'm seeing what's next here. The funnel. Okay, so the funnel. What about the bottom? No, so I guess you just assemble the funnel, put the legs on, and then do the whole bottom plate and screen. Alright, well, I'll do what they say here, but I'm not sure why you want to do that all at one time, the whole bottom. Unless I figure it's got to, because it's got to be standing up, I guess, to put that whole funnel assembly on up underneath it. Alright, well, continue on. So 63 nuts and bolts sets and counting. Alright, so now we're at 85 fasteners and counting. So that's the chute, the little chute flue door at the bottom of it, but 85 fasteners so far and counting. Beautiful day out, and I'm in here putting this piece of shit together. 100 fasteners and still counting. You can see there's still piece parts to go on. There is light at the end of the tunnel, but I'm not sure if it's light or train. But anyway, I continue on. Alright, 114 fasteners and counting. The base is on. Frame, bottom frame and screen are in. And on 114 fasteners and counting. All right, bottom tray is on, and we're up to 124 fasteners and counting. Next is the the glass viewing, the viewing area. I had no clue that my entire Saturday was going to be consumed with putting this damn thing together. Not a clue. Anyway, I'll give my final thoughts when I'm done here. All right, so it is finito, Benito. I'm gonna plug the light in here, I guess, and make sure that functions. Off me, damn cord. All right, let's see what happens here. Trying to plug it in. Oh, yeah, it's on. Right on. All right. Cool. Cool beans. All right, let me get back to this. Okay. So 136 fasteners. That's how many fasteners you have to jack around with to put this thing together. And some of them over in here are shit to get to. I put it together by myself, but I wouldn't recommend. You can do 90% of it by yourself, but you should you'll more than likely want some help. I just drop a bunch of F-bombs and muscle my way through it. The gloves seem to fit okay. Snug. Hopefully, I was worried about pushing them off of their band clamps there, but they're on there pretty snugly. I got to put some Teflon tape and stuff on here. I didn't put that in there too tightly. That's the gun. Media blast goes down in the bottom. I've got some of that. I got to bring it over. It's in the detached garage. So, done. 136 frickin' fasteners many hours later. I'm not sure it's worth it. It's economical price-wise, but it's going to cost you in labor and pain and agony putting the damn thing together. Fasteners are small, so dealing with them is somewhat of a pain in the ass. That many of them. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty weighty. And I would say that most 98% of the holes lined up. You know, there wasn't stuff that was misaligned. A couple of them up over there didn't jive too well, but I didn't have to re-drill them or anything. It's just had to use a center to wiggle them around a bit. And as far as shipping goes, this dent was here and that poke was there as well. I didn't do those. That was part of the shipping. And they don't give you instructions about the latch having to hook this catch on there, but that's no biggie. And it says to use zip ties to secure the light to the light holders, but there's no zip ties, and you don't need zip ties to deal with it. So anyway, next step will be to see how it actually functions. Harbor Freight. I don't know, man. I'm questioning it now, but we'll see. Hopefully it won't disappoint, but so far it's been nothing but a pain in the ass. So on a difficulty scale, you know, difficulty, it's a 2.5. Pain in the ass on a 1 to 10, it's like a 15. You know, is it difficult to put fasteners on? No. 136 of them, yeah, that's a pain in the ass. And sometimes contorted like a frickin' Chinese acrobatic monkey. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass. So 2.5 difficulty, 12 on a pain in the ass factor. Anyway, I'm done, folks. Later. It's a wrap. Right on. So I scored some Philo screwdrivers, and there's a German product, which I have some other German screwdrivers, and I've thought they have been very good quality. So I got these, and I got these based on a YouTuber, Ave, A-V-E. He's a kind of a silly guy, but smart, man. The guy is very smart. Canadian fellow, but he anyway. Not that I'm promoting him or anything. I just find him entertaining and knowledgeable. But so he kind of does, you know, reviews on stuff as well, and he did on screwdrivers. So I just gave it a watch, and these looked interesting. He said he really liked these, and they had the qualities of stuff that I like. Shank goes all the way through. They have a like some type of laminate or processed leather on the top, and the shank comes all the way through, so you can hit on them. They got the you know, the hexed shank, so you can put a wrench to them. Tips look pretty well. He liked them because of the grip, so I thought, well, all right, well, if this guy, you know, felt that the grip and stuff was kind of nice on them, and I like wood. I like wood screwdrivers. I've got a set that I use for my guns and all, but the reason I got these is in part because of the Phillips. All my good Phillips are in the other shop, or in the you know, in the shop. So I really don't need these guys. I'm thinking about sending them out to my buddy Preston. We'll see here, because I've got these screwdrivers here. I might put them out in the other shop, but we'll see. So I'm going to set those aside and give it a thunk. So that was just a post note. I did order. I got my tubing worked out. This is CPS tubing, which means the exterior. I think I went all through this. The exterior is what the measurement is taken. The OD is what the measurement is taken, not the ID. The ID of this is an inch, because I can get the inch fittings in there, but the 1 1/4 ain't going. So, long story short, I ordered the wrong pipe twice, because the 100 PSI stuff, given my pump and stuff, don't use it. Oh well, I can exceed the 100 psi at the head, so that was a waste as well. So I got 2 rolls of that I need to return. I can't return the blue stuff because I cut 25 feet off of it, so I'll sell it. I've already gone over all of this. I'm just repeating myself. All right. Well, so for the second time, I'm saying this is a sign off. Would have been a nice day to get the scooter out, but I spent all effing day jacking around with a Harbor Freight parts blaster. Nearly 140 fasteners. How's that for some bullshit? Bush is looking good. Good job, Chris. Good job. Tidied up. Liz has done well with the flowers out here. Everything's looking tidy. Cars are outdoors. I miss my Range Rover. I think I owe him some money too, so we'll see about that. Man, this stuff is growing like weeds. But it's not weeds, so it's the garden. Doing well. Okay. Going in. Peace, people.